everyone you know. The wait is over. 98.5 Speed FM.
Catch us if you can.
Stay here with you. You are a rainbow, so I am lucky. I am lucky. You are my favorite song. I am lucky. I am lucky. Stay here with you. You are a rainbow, so I am lucky. I am lucky. You are my favorite song. I am lucky. I am lucky.
A speedy welcome to the show for everyone. This is the Speed Lane on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And I'm your host today on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior, together with
Wandoo Tortya.
And the Speed Lane is that space where we pause and then talk about the real issues affecting our lives, our families, our communities, and even the society at large. Now, today our focus is children in broken homes. And the question we're going to be asking is, how do broken homes affect children? When we talk about a broken home, we are referring to situations where maybe parents separate or divorce, or even though they are still together, things are not fine in that same home, or where the home environment becomes unstable because the parents are no longer living or functioning together peacefully. Sometimes it happens because of maybe constant conflict, sometimes because one parent walks away, and sometimes because the relationship simply breaks down over time. But one thing that often gets overlooked is this situation is the child. Adults may decide to, go their separate ways, but the children are the ones who must grow up inside the outcome of that decision. So this morning, we want to look at it from that angle. How do broken homes actually affect children? Because often they get to pay the price for the decisions or the actions of their parents. And let's be talking about that today. And you also can call in to be part of this conversation. And the number for you to call is 090 3648 5868. That is 090 3648 5868. How do broken homes affect children? Call in and be part of the show. And like I mentioned earlier, I am not alone in the studio. I am here with Wandoo, and we are going to start from ourselves and then talk about it. So Wandoo, what do you think that often leads to, a lot of broken homes?
Well, What I think often leads to broken homes in most families is the fact that the when domestic violence come involved, and both parents have to separate. So it leads to children not being together with their families.
Okay.
So broken homes come as a result of domestic violence, and sometimes when a parent demise, like a death of a parent, so it makes children to be stranded, and they like, go to their relative, their loved ones, people that are their relative, are close to them. So marriages that don't work out, that struggling to live, struggling to for survival. So it causes children to wander. So these are the causes of broken marriages.
Okay, so you also can call in to be part of this conversation. We're talking about children in broken homes. And you can call in to be part of this conversation. And the number for you to call is 090-3648-5868. That is 090-3648-5868. We are talking about children in broken homes. So call in and share with us how you think these broken homes actually affect children. Because everyone keeps saying, I am doing this because of a child. I am trying to put this together because of the child. That means that if that is not put in place, well, the child gets affected. So call in and let us know how you think broken homes actually affect children. Now, I would say, like we were talking about some of the things that actually lead to these broken homes. We'll talk about financial struggles. We'll talk about poor communication. I know you mentioned, violence. That's one of it. And it's also like a strong reason, some of these things happen. So things like poor communication, financial struggles, maybe infidelity, lack of trust, or even substance abuse. A lot of things that actually lead to broken homes, right?
Yes.
So Wandoo, would you agree with me that broken homes actually affect children?
Yes, they do affect children. Broken homes make a child to be sad, depressed, especially when a child is tender, and if he or she finds himself in a situation in which the parents are separated, they are no longer together, and he or she goes to school, and this feeling that I'm alone, I'm abandoned, I don't have anyone to cry to, someone to talk to, so they feel alone, they feel bothered, and they feel they don't have anybody to pamper them, to care for them, to be there with them when they need. So it makes children to even isolate with their peers. They make them to stand alone, to stay alone when they are supposed to be associating with their peers, playing with them joyfully. Then they are sad, they are moody because of broken homes.
Okay. So we were talking about, some people might be wondering, like, what are some of those things that someone sees and then say, okay, this is a broken home, right?
Yes.
I will talk about how maybe there's constant conflict, like daddy and mommy are always quarreling,
fighting.
they are always fighting, or even one parent decides to maybe not be living together, with the rest of the family, or there's always this argument, or they are not relating. Some children go out and then see other families happy, other people, like, how it is, even in movies and all of those things. But then coming back to their own homes, it's
not
always
like
sad, it's less peaceful, or maybe when one parent is seeming to not care about the children as much as the other parent does. Sometimes you're always maybe saying some of the abusive words or in front of the children, but then you don't actually know that it's affecting them. Maybe by then children at that stage, they don't know that, okay, there is a term for this, like they might not even consider it a broken home at that point, but then they know that it's affecting them, or it's doing something to them, even if they don't know it at that point. Right? So you also can call in to be part of this conversation, and the number for you to call is 090-3648-5868. That is 090-3648-5868. Our focus is children in broken homes. So how do broken homes affect children? Call in and let us hear from you. Now, when we talk about a broken home, we are referring to situations where parents separate, divorce, or even where the home environment becomes unstable because the parents are no longer living or functioning together peacefully. It's always quarrels, this and that. Sometimes it happens because of maybe constant conflict, sometimes because one parent walks away, and sometimes because the relationship simply breaks down over time. So call in and share with us how you think broken homes actually affect children, so that we can be able to do better going forward, because a parent's decision or things that parents goes through doesn't have to be what a child has to endure, or what a child has to suffer because of those actions or decisions by the parents. So call in and let us know how broken homes actually affect children. So when we talk about these broken homes, Wando, like we were mentioning, I listed a whole lot of things, but then let's talk about them one by one, because
Yes.
I really want people to get the clear
Yes.
picture, because some people are in those broken homes but they don't even know that
Yes,
okay,
yes.
this is it. And that when you don't know that something is leaking somewhere, you cannot fix
Handle it,
something,
yes.
or you don't even know that it's affecting your child, then you just feel like, what is this one doing? Or you think that it's a normal thing. And then it gets to the point that some children become like they are not reactive to some of these things. It's possible that maybe when parents would fight back then, the child will run and then cry about it.
Yes,
And it
yes.
gets to a point where they are just looking like, is it not these ones? When they are
they're
done,
used to
that
it.
child is affected, but the parents is looking at it like, is it not this boy? He has a very wicked heart, and he doesn't even feel emotional when things
Yes.
like this happen. But there was a time where that child used to
Used to
feel
cry,
emotional,
yes.
used to cry about it, and then he or she would just be overlooked.
Yes.
And we spoke about lack of trust, some of the things that make people the home to no longer become peaceful, and then all these unrealistic expectations.
Yes.
One of those things that just make that family environment to be unstable, making it harder for children to actually be happy or function in it. Now, our main focus today, is on the children, because they're the
Yes.
ones who are bearing these extra consequences
Yes.
for the actions of
Their
adults,
parents.
right?
Yes.
So that is why our focus is how broken homes affect children. So call in and be part of the show. Number for you to call is 090 3648 5868. That is 090 3648 5868. How do broken homes affect children? So let's hear you, Wando. What are some of the ways that you think that broken homes actually affect children?
Some of the ways I think broken homes affect children is health issues. Like when partners are a partner is not physically okay, mentally okay, and there is a conflict in the home. It affects the children because they know that this particular person, okay, let's say for instance, a father is not mentally okay, is disorder. He has his health condition is not okay, and anytime he has like it starts, like the disorder starts, and he start fighting with the mom or quarreling or doing things that are not right, it affects the children.
Are you already defending a partner's you gave an example strictly based off the father? Okay, a father has a health condition, and
yes.
then but that some people they actually destroy homes and then go about to maybe maltreat or malhandle even when they are physically okay. Because someone having a health challenge, I don't think we can refer to that one as automatically being a broken home. As long as the two partners, understand each other and they're taking care of themselves, I don't think that is something we can actually refer to as a broken home, because that is someone's condition, right?
Yes.
People do things, with their real minds, their stable mental health. There is nothing wrong. So I don't know. I would prefer that we just say it like maybe one of the parents starts misbehaving or is causing this and that, in the house. Go on though.
Okay, another cause is external pressure. When society expects that a culture should be like, this is what you're supposed to do in a home. Yes.
Okay, I'm not exactly how exactly would you say that affects, because we're talking about how broken homes affect children, right?
Yes.
Okay, so maybe go deeper into that for us.
Okay. So when a society, like a community, like expect that a home should be raised this at this particular way. So and another your spouse is not agreeing to it. So it makes it
Hello?
difficult.
Hello?
Hello?
Okay, we cannot hear you, but you can still try to call us back again. Number for you to call is 090-3648-5868. That is 090-3648-5868. This is the speed lane on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And I'm your host on the show this morning. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior, together with
Wandoo Tortya.
and our focus is children in broken homes. So how do broken homes affect children? Call in and be part of the show this morning. Number for you to call is 090-3648-5868. How do broken homes affect children? You can tell us from experiences, you can tell us from things that you have observed, or sometimes, one could even talk about things that they experienced, as a child, because sometimes when you hear from perspectives of people who have actually been in certain situations, it just makes it easy for others to also understand. So call in and share with us, how do you think broken homes affect children? Let us hear from you. Okay, so go on, Wandoo.
Okay. So I was saying economical strain, like when a partner is unemployed, yes, and your expectation of the other partner is
Hello.
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
My name is Morning.
Yeah.
In the studio, good morning.
Yes,
My
tell
name
us.
is Paul Suman Alange, calling you from New GRA.
Okay, welcome to the show, person.
I happen to be a victim to that perspective that people are going on with it.
Hmm.
I lost my mom when I was 4.
Hmm.
So I got affected seriously. I went to stay with my mom, uncle. From there, I find it so difficult to go to school. I stayed with the man for 4 years, and the man died, left me with the wife and children.
Hmm.
I find it so very difficult to eat, to go to school, to clothe, and that. From there, when I got out to 18, decided that, okay, I'm a man enough. Let me go out to town and look for something. From there, I moved to Abuja. Life was very difficult. From there, I moved to Puerto Rico, halting from one place to another. I discovered that when the home is not basically balanced, the children lose focus and love some things in life. When you are full, not a good man to cope up with life, you find so difficult. So from there, I find it so difficult. I came back and stayed in Makodi. Right now, we're talking where I got a little job I'm doing. From there, I discovered that if my mom was alive, I would stay with my father. Maybe I got better education where I am. I have to be a school dropout, come back and look for so small job to do. But for God so kind, I learned a lot from that, from there. Because from there, I learned to understand that without the parents, you can still stand. When you realize the mistake that the parents do, you try to do better than them.
yes.
Because in life, anything that God gives you, have a reason why He gives you that.
True.
The life is not the same because of the hands you have; they are not equal. That's how the life should be. So
Okay.
if you're a child and you discover that your parents are having misunderstanding, try not to be like them. Try to make a difference in life. I attended the wedding last 2 years. That the mother of the guy, he was saying that he was facing his marriage. He prayed not for his children to face it. So when I came back, I started meditating on myself, asking what was the woman name by that answer.
Yes.
So that was what I'm passing through. So being a full grown up man now, I got married to my own wife. Unfortunately, I have a son outside before marriage. So from there, I discovered that if I make this mistake, this mistake that I did, this mistake that took my mom away, if I did not correct it by bringing my son that I got there to outside, you will have the same problem I'm having. Why I'm supposed to be in right, but because of the education I'm lesser, the friends I work with, they are far better than me, and I got a job before them. But
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Sunen, for calling in to share that with us. That's quite an emotional story of him sharing how he has, experienced how broken homes actually
Yes.
affect children. Now that reminds me of, some of those causes that we were saying, leading causes of these broken homes.
Yes.
Sometimes it's not the fault of, the parents. Like he mentioned, okay, one of his parents actually was demised, and then he had to like suffer the consequences.
Yes.
Now, under normal circumstance, that is supposed to become like a hard situation, for the family. But it
Yes.
now falls down on the
Child.
a parent that is actually remaining. It now falls down on that parent to be able to hold the home together, because the other parent is no longer alive. Then it now falls down to the responsibility of the second parent, the parent who is alive,
Yes.
to hold that home together. It's easier for a child to know that, okay, this was a happy situation.
Yes.
It was like this. I still have someone who is representing mommy and daddy for me,
Yes.
than to just, okay, this happened and then my family became broke, everyone became scattered. That situation.
Yes.
Upon having to deal with, okay, the demise of a parent, you're still dealing with, okay, after that parent's demise, maybe my father is no longer present,
Yes.
my uncles are no longer present. Different things that just point towards that direction of this home is no longer together.
Yes.
So you also can call in to be part of this conversation, and the number for you to call is 090 3648 5868. That is 090 3648 5868. How do broken homes affect children? Call in and let us hear from you this morning. Call in and share, if it's from experiences, if it's just from your perspective of viewing things, or what you have actually seen in reality. Call in and then share with us. Let us put our attention to children in broken homes. So Wando, we were talking about how it affects children, right? And
Yes.
you were mentioning some things. So go ahead.
Yes. One of it is instability. It makes a child unstable. In a way that he or she might just decide to go outside. Let me just relieve my head from the stress at home, from the chaos that comes in the home. So the process of going out, we go and meet his or her friends and get influenced negatively, and this child like grow in this particular aspect of life, because if at home, if he or she comes back at home, it's not encouraging. There's always chaos, so he or she thinks that going out to seek solution to it is a key. And that way broken homes affect a child is that it makes a child, like small children, tender at like 18 17. They go out to hustle for themselves.
Yes, hello. Hello, good morning. Okay, you can still call us back. Go on. They go out and then try to like hustle for themselves.
Yes. They go out to earn a living for themselves, because they know that, even because it lists this particular one when
Hello.
Yeah, my name is Paul Sunan. As I was saying before, my boss called me. I left the call.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Go on.
Well, I have to learn that mistake. Right now, as we are talking, I have a son outside. Trying to bring the son back to the house. The wife I get married is not yet home. I'm finding seriously issue fighting over that, but I have to calm myself down because of the mistake I made not to go to school. I want the best for my son, because I learned a lot that as the world is going global, you have to go according to how God give you hand to take care of them. When you stand, people say the Bible say we should born and food the world and blah 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 blah. That's story. Now in the world we are in, and is the world of education. If you born a child and you are not able to train it, there's no need to bring it to work, because the child may be a bastard out there. It's still your name will be out there. Maybe you may get heart attack from that. Maybe you may get serious disease. No time will be in, hey, this somebody say, hey, this your son, this that. It's very bad.
Okay.
So I came to realize that it's a time for me to make the right decision by bringing the guy home, settle down with his mother, and tell my wife this is what is there. If he's able to cope, it's fine. If he's not able to cope, but as a man, I already ran from what happens to me. I didn't know what happened to anybody out there, or it happens to be my own son. I learned a lot that night. I enjoy this perspective very well that you people are carrying on.
Okay. All right.
Because you see people, today happens to be my birthday.
Oh.
I will go and the son and take my wife. We'll go out and enjoy the baby. I
Happy
wish it
birthday
was
to you, Sunan.
yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in to be part of the show. Now, I don't know, this brought tears to my eyes a bit. And I like how he was able to like figure out that this was my problem. This is what happened to me. And let me not allow that to repeat itself when he is alive. Because sometimes it goes beyond what a human can handle. Like he mentioned about the demise of a parent that led to the family, the home becoming like a broke home. But then he should not allow that. If one parent is alive, is one parent is present, then he or she is able to like put that home together, right? To make sure that it doesn't fall apart. But then if you neglect those children, then they are suffering the consequence of your own actions, like what you didn't do. Then a child that you brought to this world gets to suffer the consequence. So you also can call in to be part of this conversation, and the number for you to call is 090-3648-5868. That is 090-3648-5868. How do broken homes affect children? Call in and let us hear from you. Let us hear what you have to say. Let us hear those stories. Let us hear everything. How you think that broken homes actually affects children. Now, something I would mention is behavioral issues. Like you mentioned about, children going out to maybe hustle at tender ages when maybe they're even supposed to be doing, maybe even studying or pursuing a career. But instead, they are out there, trying to just feed. You find some people who are trying to maybe beg because everyone is. I've seen a situation where both parents were like, if you not bring the money, me too, I will not bring the money. And then the children are starving because I don't want to prove that I have money, because the man is not bringing the money. I should also not bring the money, or the woman is not bringing it from wherever she sells. Then I should also not bring it. And then there is someone who is innocent that is suffering from that, because you as the man, if you're hungry, you go out, find your food and eat. The lady also, if you're hungry, you go out. But then there is a child that is suffering because one parent is trying to prove a point. Is trying to show that, well, you refuse to give me money, so your child will starve. But that is an innocent child, a whole different person, and then you're using that person to maybe prove a point to the to your partner that, okay, this is what I am going to do, or this is how I'm going to torture you. That brings my attention to some people torture children because they feel like I'm trying to hurt the other parent. How does one even think like that you're punishing an innocent child and thinking you're trying to punish? If the father sees it, the father will be very angry, or I want the father to feel the pain that I feel. For an innocent child, that is something that people forget about, and I feel like a lot of minds need to be clear and then think more about that, because there are people who are bearing those consequences for actions of parents, and that is not okay. Those are children. So how do broken homes affect children? Number for you to call is 090-3648-5868. That is 090-3648-5868. How do broken homes affect children? And I was talking about behavioral issues, like how the child behaves and the way that he or she maybe even relates, even socially outside, because there is no love at home. And you spoke about, maybe children getting influenced outside because parents are not paying attention to them, and then they go to look for love where it is. If a parent says, well, smoke this so that you can become part of the gang, that child is looking for love. He's just looking for where he can feel like, okay, it's a family out here. So whatever it is that they're telling him to do, he's willing to just go ahead and do. Or what do you think?
I think that it makes a child to stray. It makes a child to because there's no love in the home, and the parents are separated. There's no one to run to, so they've run to a nearby someone that they can channel their problems to, and they feel loved. So the broken homes, especially
hello.
The line person is still on the line.
Okay, go on.
Okay, there is something I forget very important. I would like to give the word this advice.
Okay, go on.
But this home we call broken home, we parents were the cause of this home. Can you imagine that somebody did not have money, have 6 children? Is the home not good?
Okay. Okay, go
They
on.
go home already. From there, you have to this is my father's cousin or my brother's uncle's cousin. From there, he's staying in Abuja. Let me give me one of my son or one of my daughter to help me to train.
Mm.
Maybe I have opportunity where I work in the school, where I was working in the school, for the public school. We see people who drop children by 10 when it's time for break. You'll be seeing those cars that will be dropping these children, you will know that no, that home is not hungry. But for the fact that those children are not those people's children, they are not having time to go to school. These people train these children like a slave. If you go now to some homes, children are still washing plates that those children eat to go to their school. Those children that their own children that they eat to go to school, they are still washing their plates, but they are going to school.
Okay.
If you go to this LUGA we are facing today, thank God for this, our present governor is trying to put those LUGA to at least let them be something better.
Yes.
You see that somebody does not have money, have 20, have 15 children, have 7 children, have 2 wives, blah, blah. The home is already broke. Because the parent is there, but is not able to take care of the children. It's not training somebody who come a bastard. Already it's a broken home. Can you imagine that right now, as we are talking about, they are doing tests already. Some children, they are not yet paid that 500 naira exam fee.
Yes.
Some of them, they are staying with advisors. Some of them, they are staying with some school servants. They are grade level person. Some of them, they are directors in their offices. But because they are not their children, if you check very well, this very person carries this very child for more than 2 years. The parent has not yet received it for once. So are you not having the broken by yourself?
Okay.
It's not about bringing the child to the world. It's how well the child is.
Okay.
So most of this home we are calling broken home. We are the one who broke the home by ourselves. The Bible says you should try, he will help you.
Yes.
Heaven, there is a saying that heaven helps those who help themselves.
Okay.
So if you cannot help your child, your daughter or your son, it can never realize its destiny. If you go to an advanced country where somebody gets birth to a child, when the child gets out to 5 years, the person will discover that my son is a musician. He will take the son to a music school. My son is an engineer. He will go to an engineer school where he will focus and study a particular thing. Some of us here in Benue State particularly, we are not broke. At least we have something that we can keep on to train those students. But for the fact that we keep the whole broke, some of us is drink.
Okay.
Right now, as we are speaking now, a particular week, the 1,000 naira we could buy soup in a house, we are busy drinking with it outside. When we come back home, we come back home. We come and ask the woman, do you know cook? What do you expect the woman to cook? When you left nothing in your house. Is the woman supposed to cook herself? Did she marry herself?
Okay.
If the woman does not know God, he will give you the answer you will not like. From there, it may result to fight.
All right. All right.
Are you not breaking the home by yourself?
True. True. Okay.
So those children we are having now, from the experience I have and what I'm seeing, maybe in the next 5 or 10 years, children will be killing their parents because of this, because it's very changed. Those people that do not train their children, they are the ones who are sleeping in the house and expecting them to come and give them something.
All right.
You do not plant and you want to harvest. Where do you want to get it from?
True.
It's only what you plant that you harvest.
All right. All right. Thank you so much for calling in to share all of that with us. Yes.
We broke the home by ourselves. No, sometimes it's not quite. It's the behavior we're having. Let me choke more from the woman's side before I leave the program for today.
Okay, go on quickly so we can give others an opportunity.
Now, from my marriage experience, when a guy is married, the lady used to be very loyal.
Okay.
The lady used to be very loyal and honest to the guy. Sometimes, like now, what makes me to marry my wife, if I tell you, you will laugh. It's not about her good character. It's her good looking.
Okay.
Every time he appears smartly, and I like smart people. But the fact I did not go to school, I want somebody who go to school. So when I married my wife, he did not go to school, but he's more brighter than me.
Mm.
So I checked my age is more than her. I put her in school so that he may achieve her friend.
Yes.
Now, when the woman is going to this school, he's having education, he's having some experiences that I did not have.
Yes.
When the woman gets back to one, they will not be bathing again. This woman that you see be wearing that jeans that you like, the woman will wear one wrapper for 2 days.
Okay.
This very woman that you like was doing makeup when we were seeing. Sometimes it's that makeup that attracts us.
Mm.
The woman will not do that makeup for you to see again. Why are you not going outside?
Mm.
Because there is nobody that does not like what he will appreciate.
Mm.
Everybody wants the best.
All
So
right.
the best that you got for when you bring it home, you discover that is the worst.
Oh, okay. All
You
right.
discover that that's the worst.
All right.
Some
Thank
of
you.
them, when
Thank you so
then
much.
don't
We're
know
going
that
to have to
it's
maybe give
when
other
you get
people.
married to them, you discover that they quarrel more than anything.
We are going to have to give other people, opportunities to also call in and then share their own opinion. But Mr. Sunen, he spoke beautifully. He tried to touch it on. In fact, I would say he touched almost every part. And then I like how he said that these broken homes that people complain about, it's the
Yes.
parents themselves that are
Cause it.
maybe causing it. But
Yes.
we would agree that there are some circumstances that, okay, maybe it wasn't their fault. Like talking about the demise of a parent, that is not a parent's fault,
Yes,
right?
yes.
But then it now boils down to the responsibility of the other parent that is still alive
Yes.
to actually make sure that things are still in order, right? To
Yes.
make sure that everything is still running smoothly,
Yes.
that the child is not feeling left out and everything like that. And he spoke about how some people is because of planning, you're planning to have children or you're just
Yes.
having children, but you're not planning how to cater for them. And before you
Yes.
know, it becomes a problem. We are always arguing. There is no money to do this. There is no even leading to maybe taking children outside, getting traumatized by
Yes.
maybe other people that they are staying with. Whether you like it or not, there are going to be people who are not going to be nice to your children. Some people are like that, who are not going to be nice to your children, because we can only try to make everyone a good person, or maybe try to make the world a better place, but you cannot enter everybody's mind and then make it a pure mind. They should not have evil intentions, right?
Yes.
So sometimes he was talking about how some children end up with other people who then maltreat them,
Yes.
as a result of what the parents did, and that child is getting maltreated somewhere because of, okay, the parents could not take responsibility, could not do this. Sometimes
Yes.
it is not their fault, but then what are those things that they are doing to actually make sure that by all means it doesn't get to that extent where a child is paying for your own actions, for your own sins? So you also can call in to be part of this conversation, and the number for you to call is 090-3648-5868. That is 090-3648-5868. How do broken homes affect children? Call in and share with us. Call in and let us hear you. So one day I was talking about behavior, and then something else, even academic challenges.
Yes.
Right? Even
Yes.
academic challenges. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good morning.
Morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
I'm King James coming from Northbound United.
Okay, welcome to the show, King James.
It affects children because there is a divided home, so children are not getting a balanced training. There is what we call balance, and there is also what we call balanced training. The training of a father and a mother have to join together because sometimes only one parent, only a father will fail in one way or the other. Even a mother will fail in one way or the other. That is why the Bible says two shall become one. So if they join forces in bringing up those children, the children will be better off. Because if they fear the mother, they must fear the father. There are some that they can go behind the father through the mother and get it.
Okay.
So if they are lacking some things and there is no father there for them to go through, you see, the whole thing will not be balanced. So I believe that divided home can really affect children, no matter what
Okay.
it will affect.
All right.
Those are what I have to say.
All right.
God bless you.
Thank you so much. God bless you as well. Thank you, King James, for calling in to be part of the show. Now, he spoke about children not getting a balanced training.
Yes.
A training that is coming from the dad and the mom. And that relates very well with maybe when one parent is absent, maybe
Yes.
one parent leaves. That one, you can really say it. Some parents, are separated because as a parent, in as much as you want to look out for your kids, you still have a life to live, right?
Yes.
You still know, okay, when things are not right, or maybe you feel pressure in that home and then you had to take a break. But what about your children? While you're doing taking the right decision for yourself, make sure you're also taking the right decision, for your children as well, or just making sure that they get all the love, even if you're not together, because some situations, they actually cannot be prevented. Because if someone tells you, well, leave my house, I don't want to, you cannot do anything, right? You cannot say anything, or you don't force it. But then what are you doing even when you are not there to make sure that that child is still feeling love from both sides? And sometimes it's not just about separation. Even in that home, there is no peace, there is no unity. The children are not seeing their parents even laughing together or even talking together. It's always a fight, or it's always a quarrel with every talk, no normal conversation. Would that child want to stay in that home? No, he or she would want to go and look for love where love is flourishing, somewhere else, which will be leading them to some of those things, getting influenced by peers or trying out new things. Some children even get to like substance abuse at smaller, tender ages, because they were looking for a coping kind of mechanism that they'll be able to take, to go through all of those things that are happening at home. So these are some of the ways. And I was mentioning subtle. Thank you so much, King James, for calling in to be part of the show. And I was talking of some of those subtle ones as well. Well, I mentioned academic challenges, maybe lower grades. You see a bright kid is suddenly becoming dull in school and then taking last position. What would you say, Wandoo?
Well, it causes a child to academically dull, because when a child is intelligent, naturally from birth, and he or she is encountering these home challenges, it makes her not to be focused in school.
But I think it's not just the ones that are intelligent naturally from birth as well, because sometimes even if they are not naturally intelligent
yes,
from birth,
even to read, the time to read,
they can grow up and then develop those skills, try to make themselves intelligent. But then when they are not seeing supporters, mommy is busy arguing with that, daddy is busy arguing with mommy, and nobody
no time
is
for them,
nobody
attention.
is paying attention to the child. So go on.
So it makes the child not to be productive. It makes the child not to grow in school, grow academically the way he or she is supposed to grow, because it drains the child mentally, psychologically, physically too. So it makes the child not to grow. Yes, and in a sense in which a parent they are divided, as he said, they are not living together, and a child have to like, who loves you more, because the one that is are not around, the one that, okay, let's say is abroad, provides, like sends money, and the one that is in Nigeria is now taking care of the child, like making sure he or she is okay, is fine. So the child will be like, who really loves me? The attention is now divided. He'll be like, who really loves me, who cares for me more? So the broken homes affect children in many ways. It makes them not to be focused. It makes them the attention, the love that's supposed to be there.
And one important thing that I remembered, from what Sunan mentioned earlier about maybe him trying to like see, okay, I don't want the same thing to happen to my children the way that it happened to me. So that's just clicked something, in my head, like, that means a child can actually get to copy something that they see. Okay, to his own part, like he was able to turn out, positively, and he's able to, like, he's trying to do good, right? But then you see another child who will grow up and find it completely normal to behave a certain way, because well, my father used to do this, and my mom used to do, so that's probably the right way to go, right? And so yes, I think it can also make children to copy some of those bad habits, bad behaviors, and then it keeps going on and on for generations. So let's talk about how we can actually, what's actually the way forward out of this. Because if you look at it, you cannot stop some things, right? You cannot make sure that you cannot just say that every couple should just remain together, like they should not separate, there should not be issues. There are always going to be issues. But how can we make sure that children are not getting affected by these decisions of the parents, by the actions of the parents? What would you say, Wandoo, that is the way forward? What can every home actually do to make sure that these children are protected?
Well, I think what most homes should do is that they should care for their children, provide for your child, make sure your child is okay, is fine, make sure that he or she is not lacking academically or socially or physically. Just be there for your child, give him or her the attention he or she needs. And I think that parents should learn to protect their children. Yes, protect them from harms, and they should be, if there's a conflict, don't make it known to the children.
That can be hard. That can be really hard to do, because I mean they are in the same house, and these children, they are very smart. Like you feel like they don't know, but they actually do know, and they are in the same house, as you go on.
But you can go to the room, because you can always discuss your problems in your rooms, not where the children are. Not where they are, like even fighting or like hand blows or something. Don't make it obvious to the children.
You're not even supposed to be hand blowing in the first. This hand blows you're not even supposed to be doing that in the first place. We don't encourage that here. So not to talk more of in front of the children, right?
Yes.
And ideally, parents should actually prioritize their children's well-being, and also maybe stability even in tough times. You have to think about, you brought those children into this world, even if you're going through your own stress, you wanted them to be here in the first place. So why now act like, okay, this one is just bothering me when I'm going through stuff in my marriage? You decided to bring that child into this. I don't believe that any apart from Mary, even Mary, from the Bible, like she accepted before she bore that child. All right, she was able to so I don't believe that anyone was just struck with a child, under normal circumstances in a marriage, like they wanted to have that, and then you bring that child into this world, and then because you get carried away by your own personal issues, you're neglecting the child, and then they are getting affected. They are paying for the consequences of what they do not know about, of situations that they did not create. So I would say even co-parenting, in situations where parents are no longer together, instead of one parent just forgetting about that child, and then we are no longer together, so the child belongs to the mother, or the child belongs to the father, right? And even open, honest communication, with kids, especially when they are able to understand. If they are not able to understand, you tell them what is appropriate for their age, right? What they can understand. They should know that, okay, this is what is going on. You are still loved. Constant, reassurance to make sure that they are not feeling too left out. And I like how you said you don't have to discuss all your issues or all those kind of conflicts related issues in front of the children, because they pick up from there. You feel like they don't know this one. Is it not Junior? He's not listening. Junior is listening. So pay attention and maintain routines and stability. Also seek help if it gets out of hand, because as human beings, we all have our breaking points, we all have our downsides, and when it comes to things that you would not be able to handle, maybe seek help and not allow that poor child to actually bear the consequences of your own decisions. Well, at this point, we have come to the end of the show. It's the Speed Lane on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and we have been talking about children in broken homes. We have also been streaming live on Facebook at Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And we got this comment from Teofave Godwin, who says, "Nice one, keep the good work on." And I've been your host on the Speed Lane today. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior, together with
Wandoo Tortya.
And also coming up next at 10 a.m. is King James 90s Top End, right here on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And until then, keep enjoying music of your life.
Hello, my Cootie. Asking Radio is